Yeah, that's what we're looking at.
You want to feel like you're in the room behind the microphone, unable to see the person you're talking to.
Mm-hmm. Just like real life. Just like real life.
Yeah, guys, this is immersive experience.
Mm-hmm.
This is what it feels like to be in the studio. You're constantly going, huh? Huh? What? Okay. Okay, well, I guess this is radio, baby.
You're constantly...
Right. Welcome to the miracle of the radio world.
Yeah.
Thank you, Zach.
Yeah, no problem.
This is on. He is on. I'm on.
Everyone's on.
Bye, Zach.
Bye, Zach.
He's going to be in the cut.
Yeah, he's going to be in the cut.
He's going to make the cut.
Yeah.
Teddy, how are you feeling today?
Oh, my gosh. I'm feeling sweaty.
Yeah.
It's hot.
It was hot. I actually saw a news story that the weather broke, and there was some guy posting a picture of his air conditioner.
Yeah.
And he was like giving it a beer. He's like, good job, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely not as hot as it was the last couple days, but
it was 99 degrees yesterday.
It's crazy. But today, I mean, you can't really see out the window right now, I think on camera, but it's like super foggy because like I feel like
it looks like a cloud. It looks like the cloud from Nope.
Yeah, we're in a cloud right now.
Yeah. Is just like descending on the city.
Yeah.
The drive down here looked to me like, I was like, is that fog or did the city disappear? Is this a David Copperfield thing?
Right.
And then I saw the tops of the buildings over top, and I was like, that's very comic booky.
Oh, absolutely. No, it feels very comic booky today. But yeah, I'm feeling good. How are you?
I am also feeling good. I never know how to answer that because I'm like, how deep into it do you want to go? But like yesterday, we went on a trip to go see if we could find cicadas because like you don't get them in the city. And this is like, there's the brood going on, the double brood.
Double brood.
Coemergence. Which was the sequel to, what was that movie? It wasn't the Hunger Games. It was like Hunger Games Light that came out. There was like.
Divergent?
Divergence?
The one with, is that Shailene Woodley?
Yeah, that's the one. Because there were three of them. It was like Divergence, Coemergence.
Oh, yeah. Reemergence. Right?
Merging Files. What the hell was the name of that? It was Divergent. Allegiant. And Submariner. What the hell was the name of it? Subvergent. I heard a good joke. Here's a joke. What do you call the Hunger Games in is it Japan? I think it's Japan.
I don't know.
Battle Royale with cheese.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
I hope it's Japan.
Because it's the same movie.
It's the same movie.
It's the same movie.
It's the same movie with like hope.
Right.
Whereas Battle Royale is like, nah,
Battle Royale, everyone dies.
Everyone dies.
Right? Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert for
a movie
Battle
from like
Royale.
2006. Yeah.
Also, if you haven't watched Battle Royale and you love Kill Bill, what are you doing?
Also, for real.
Like it's literally like homages. Oh, that was the third movie in the Divergent series. Homage.
No. No.
Homagent.
No fucking way.
Yeah, that's got to be what it was called.
I don't think so.
Speaking of 90s nostalgia, let me ask you straight point blank.
Yes.
Did you have a Tamagotchi? I don't know how old you are because I don't know how to read human age.
Yeah, yeah.
Were you old enough to have had a Tamagotchi as a small human?
I was old enough to have one. I was kind of in like wave 3 of Tamagotchi.
You're in version 3?
Yeah. So like they weren't like the newest thing, but like there were people that had them. But at that point, there had been a lot of other companies that also started creating similar things. And
yeah, like Digimon.
Okay, so that's what I came on here to say.
Oh, this is why Teddy's here.
I had the Digimon version.
You had a Digimon?
Yeah.
You got to fight?
Yeah. You were supposed to raise it, and like it would like Digivolve. No one else had one but me, and so
maybe
like
that was the third movie. It was Digivolve.
No, I think it might have been.
Okay.
And we can talk about the Digimon movie too if we want, because I'm really fascinated by that.
Well, now I absolutely want to know about the Digimon movie.
But I had a Digimon version of a Tamagotchi, and I loved it. I thought it was really cool. I don't remember how long I had it for. All I remember, I have a specific memory with it. I was in karate, and
like karate class.
Yeah, I was in karate.
Because the way you said that, it was like, do you mean Korea? Are you just mispronouncing Korea? No, because you were like, I was in karate. I'm like, Teddy, it's pronounced Korea.
And no, I was in karate class.
Okay.
and I brought the Digimon with me.
Oh, wow.
And right before fucking class, it starts buzzing. And like I'm looking at
hungry.
And it had never done this. No, it digivolved. And like right the fuck in front of me. And it was like, I could not focus the entire class because I was like, what the I need to go back and see this thing. Like I got to take care of it. And I have no other memories of it besides that. But
that time they interrupted your karate class.
Yeah.
Because it was too busy, like, finding its next form.
Oh, yeah. Like it was like, I remember we were, like, in, like, the little locker space, and I was, like, putting my little backpack up, and, like, I put the little Digimon thing, like, I was putting it, like, out of my pocket into the backpack, and then I felt it. It was like,
this is before cell phones.
Yes. So
before
this was
got
like
buzzes.
Right, exactly. So like this was really.
Oh, so you were primed for it when the smartphone
absolutely.
dropped.
I was like shaking. I was so excited.
Nice.
And then I had to fucking put it away because it was karate time.
I think that'd be interesting if humans evolved like that in class. Like all of a sudden someone just starts vibrating. It's like I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm becoming my second form.
Yeah.
So okay, you had a Digimon. Do you remember what kind of Digimon it was?
I think it was an Agumon.
Cool.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, but I think that sounds cool.
Yeah. He's the T-Rex looking one, right?
Cool. I do love a T-Rex related to that's lineage. It's good to know that that was being adequately represented.
I think that Digimon is such an interesting part. I yearn for the days when like the internet was seen as like a whole nother world.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like there was that like brief like well, I guess not like super brief, but there was that like 8 to 10 year period, maybe even a little bit more if you want to like because I guess they were talking about this like before this too, but like where like cyberspace was like a word.
They used to call it cyberspace, like Lawnmower Man style, right? Like you could be the king of cyber, like it was like an area of like another universe.
Right, exactly.
Never ending, where
like
you
it
could
was
be anything.
It was seen as this like next like world to explore was like the world of cyberspace. And like you could but before the term like being big online, it was like, oh no, I'm really connected to cyberspace.
The web.
The web. Because it was I know this term gets thrown around a lot, but it was like such like a Wild West kind of like
I mean, it still kind of is, but it's also like Wild West with its own like version of rules.
Well, and it's been so like now it's all been aggregated into like 3 places.
Right, because you gotta make money.
Right. And so you know, like we don't really have like forums anymore.
It's more like Deadwood now.
Yes. Yeah,
where they've
exactly.
got the towns.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I just because Digimon, the whole thing is about the fact that like, you know, like there's this whole other world where like digital monsters live and you can be like train them and they have like personalities and they like evolve and they help you fight things in cyberspace that also are in real life. And like I loved like the arc of like villains being able to like if they affect cyberspace, it happens in the real world.
Oh, like hacking, like hackers, like hack
like
the planet.
like that's the whole Digimon first movie. Which, if you didn't know about the Digimon first movie,
I didn't know that there were movies.
Yeah, there's multiple movies, but the Digimon movie is actually a combination of 2 movies that they just slapped together and called one movie.
Whoa, back it up.
Yeah.
Go, take me into this.
So like I and I'm sure you're gonna have people in the comments correcting me because like I'm like 60% sure of this. I'm 70% sure of this. I'm like 80%. I'm 80%.
Like a 60% cool.
I'm 100% sure this is going to be entertaining. I'm 60% sure that it's correct. But like the Digimon movie is 2 short films that they put together, and like the first like 10 minutes of the original like Digimon movie, which Digimon movie is only like 40 minutes anyway. Like
yeah, I can't imagine that going for like a Lord of the Rings level.
Right, it's got
amount of time.
It's got a banging soundtrack. It's like all bare naked ladies for some reason. like yeah, it's crazy.
I didn't expect that at all.
Out of all bands, right?
Right? Like you said banging soundtrack. I'm like, what? Like Ana Managuchi? Like what's going on? Tamayasu Hote? And you're like, no, man, bare naked ladies. I'm like,
it's
that
like
when I think about digital monsters
the
fighting each other in a universe.
Like
how did the Bare Naked Ladies score the Digimon movie?
This guy, it was you
got a Digimon
90s.
and you got a Digimon it,
like,
and then you put it on the vine.
No, that's the opening song.
What
is like all the,
One week is how it starts?
Okay, so hold on, let me back up. So
now that's throwing the vibe completely off.
No, I know we got clouds rolling
movie.
in. I'm throwing the vibe off. I always do.
No, it's not that you throw the vibe off. It's just like I'm thinking about Digimon. Like, okay, I can feel like Pokemon. I can feel like Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden it's like all of that like animation, but like 1 week is playing in the background.
It is, and that's what it is.
Or and like the theme to the Big Bang Theory is going on. It's just them rattling off a bunch of words that rhyme. It's like Bare Naked Ladies listened to We Didn't Start the Fire and was like, what if all songs were like that?
Bare Naked Ladies, I had a really big Bare Naked Ladies phase in high school.
You had a bare naked phase?
Yeah, I had a bare naked phase, and I had a couple of tapes from I forget the two names of the albums, but they were so good.
Because there were only like a couple of them, right?
Yeah, well, no, they have a lot of albums, but like they're the stuff that like songs like 1 week is off of is like the whole those albums are honestly really good. Like, and maybe I'm just
didn't they do a song?
I don't know.
Speaking of my like quasi Canadian pleasant rock. Totally because Stunt was the album.
Oh yeah,
that everyone had. But like because like Moxie Fruvis was okay. I'm gonna do my deep dive for a minute.
Okay.
Moxie Fruvis was the other Canadian band that I remember coming out and hearing like when I do my '90s deep dives. As like they were before the Bare Naked Ladies, but that was like when Canadian like positive rock was coming out, and I thought it was them.
Yes, yeah.
It's all been done.
It's all been done.
Thank you. I was just thinking.
It's
thank
all
you, me.
been done.
That's the song I was thinking of that I couldn't remember.
It's all been.
Thank you.
Done. Yeah. So the Digimon movie is two short films that are strung together to create one longer film. And this is like
scored by Canadian legends, Bare Naked
Scored by
Ladies.
Canadian legends, Bare Naked Ladies, and it starts with a like proof of concept for like Digimon, and you can tell because the animation is like slightly different. Where like it's like a short film of like the lead character who's like there's like sitting in his apartment and like his fucking like digital friend comes out, Agumon comes out and he starts fighting like this other like Digimon, and then he digivolves into Greymon.
Now, when you're saying digivolves, is that like Pokemon when they like
when they evolve,
but in
Digimon it's they got to digivolve.
Okay.
And so
wait. I was right. I'm sorry, I was right. We'll put this in later. Grade 9 was the Bare Naked Ladies.
Yeah.
It was from their album Gordon.
Yes.
That's what it was.
Gordon's a good album.
Yeah, it is. That's the one I knew when I was doing the deep dives about your human music.
And you're right. It's very like fun, happy.
Very fun, happy, positive, like they might be giants, but without the edge.
Oh my God. Yeah, speaking of them, they were at the Vic.
Yeah, just recently. I was trying to get them to be on the show, but I'm not cool enough yet.
It's all good. Maybe one day.
It's all been done.
It's all been done.
Yeah, Grade 9 was the song I was thinking of when I was like, how does a beginning of Digimon sound? And it's just like, I was cruising in a vet and I was gonna get some Burger King.
Yeah, it's like really similar, but like so that first short film like ends with like Agumon digivolving into Greymon and then beating this other Digimon, right? And then like the movie then just like starts and like 1 week starts playing and then these kids are like older now.
What?
And then like they're like now have a bunch of friends and they're like, it's been 1 week since we destroyed the city. Like, and it's like and now they've got to fight a computer virus that like manifests itself into this like fucking like Evangelion like angel type looking thing.
Oh my God.
Like Digimon was really cool.
All to the soft pop of Canadian alternative band, Bare Naked Ladies.
The Chinese chicken,
right?
And your brain starts thinking. Yeah, and you're like, oh shit.
If anyone ever says it's been, I'm always just like 1 week since you looked at me.
Yeah.
And they're like, God damn it, now that's in my head.
Yeah.
Now. And now it's in yours. So you're welcome, America. So you had a Digimon.
So I had a Digimon. So that was my long-winded way of saying that I had a Digimon, not a Tamagotchi. Did you have a Tamagotchi? That seems.
I'm a little too young. I was not around at the time. But in my because like in my brief research that I do when I have to do these reports, I learned a lot about the Tamagotchi. What I thought was more impressive is that you can still get a Tamagotchi.
Yeah, you still can. They're
Gigapets, I think, are more interesting. Nanopets, I'm very interested in.
Nanopets, huh?
Or just like going back and checking out the old, because I'm like a PC, I'm trying to become a PC historian when it comes to games, because like I love the Lucasfilm games, and I could talk for hours about Full Throttle and Maniac Mansion and the Monkey Island series.
Oh, I love Monkey Island. Come on.
Yeah, and then there's like the Sierra games like King's Quest.
Yes,
and,
come on, King's Quest.
So like, what were your? I mean, I'm assuming, I don't know. I don't want to age you. Like
That's
I said,
fine.
I don't know how to monitor the age of humans.
I was still.
But if I were to take a litmus test, or just like,
I'll be 30 in 4 weeks.
you're gonna be 30 in 4 weeks.
Woo! Hell yeah.
30 doesn't say, like, if you're like, I'm gonna be 26, people are like, yeah. But if you're like, I'm gonna be 30, you immediately hear people are like, oh man, all right, here we go.
It's great. Man, your early 20s are so fucking overrated. Like, you're so, especially nowadays, I feel like everything is so expensive and you're so sad.
Well, 20
like,
is the new 10.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
because like, you should be, where's your juice?
Yeah. Give me my juice box.
Yeah.
I got to join my kickball league. But no, for real. Like, no, I'm excited. I got like friends coming into town. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good time.
Well, like if you're all right, so you're gonna be 30, which means that you were born in like 1994.
Yeah, 94.
All right, so you came out one of my favorite years in human history.
Oh yeah.
Because that is when Jim Carrey was like king.
Oh
like,
yeah.
93, 94 is when you had the onslaught of the Carreyverse, because you had what was it? Ace Ventura, The Mask, and Dumb and Dumber all came out in the same year.
That was the same year?
That was the same year.
Oh, that's crazy.
Because at the time, he had just been like on In Living Color, and then he got to deal with New Line for 3 pictures.
Right.
And because all 3 of those movies were fucking bangers, he's able to negotiate his salary for the Batman Forever, which comes out the next year.
Oh, yeah.
And he was the highest paid actor of all time for that movie.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was my deep dive.
I think like this is like totally like
and from the primordial ooze of a Carreyverse came forth Teddy Gales.
Yes, it's
that
true.
year.
Here I am.
Wow.
No, this
not
is
Canadian.
This is like, well, actually, no, I don't want to derail us too much.
Well, we're gonna.
Yeah. Well, I was just okay. So if we're talking games and we're talking those kind of things, I grew up with a bunch of those like EB software or whatever it was called games. So like Pajama Sam and like
I didn't go down the EB rabbit hole.
I think that's what it's called. EB. I don't know. But Pajama Sam. Maybe they're probably called. Someone's gonna be in your comments telling me it's something else, and it probably is.
Probably.
But thank you. Please let me know. But like Pajama Sam, yeah, and like there was one with this like fox, and he was a spy, and there's
yeah.
There was like
these
there was like a
educational
car.
games, right?
Yeah. And then also like backyard baseball. That shit. I played that on the PC constantly.
Baseball.
That and Oregon Trail 3.
Oh, I know of the original Oregon
and
Trail.
I loved Oregon Trail 3 because you could hunt. And
wait, what was the other one you said? It was all right, Pajama Sam.
Pajama Sam. There was
one.
There was like a fox, and he was like a spy.
Okay, was he called Spy Fox?
It might have been.
It may have been. All right, I'm looking up what the company is. You could Google this at home, but I'm doing it for you.
And then there was one
Humongous Entertainment.
Humongous Entertainment. That's what it was.
Freddy Fish, Spy Fox. It was in fact.
Why do I think it was
Spy Fox.
called EB?
Why
do I remember it as a B and not an H?
EA Sports, maybe.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe you assumed it was the B version.
Yeah.
The beta tested.
Oh, weird.
It's in the game.
Well, anyway, I loved those games.
Okay.
That was kind of my thing.
Those are like kids' games for like computer lab at school, right?
Well, yeah, but also like at home. Like, you can have fun with those at home.
Yeah, Putt Putt I've heard of a bunch.
Yeah.
And I guess
Putt Putt,
Atari
yeah,
did that.
Putt Putt
And
was
Infogrames. And Night Dive. Ooh, Night Dive Studios. I'm going down the line. These are DOS games for those of you just joining us.
I think that Pajama Sam is single-handedly responsible for my love for like cartoonishly like gothic aesthetic, because like Pajama Sam would be like sneaking around and there'd be like like a very like Scooby-Doo style like haunted house in the background.
Oh, okay.
And I like loved that.
Those were but how old were you when you were playing those games? I'm assuming you had them at home on a PC.
Well, yeah, I was like 5 and 6.
Did you have like a Presario, or like would you have like a Dell?
Oh God, I think we had a Dell because like I think my dad got it like from work.
For most of you watching probably don't remember this, but Dell computers were like cow themed.
Yes.
So like all the computers look like
they
cows.
Were.
And still don't know why that was the case. Because what? Why do you feel like milk and burgers is like? I don't think about that when I play a computer. But like anyway, there was like the Compact Presario. There was the Dell, and this is before everybody went Mac.
Yeah, Mac was really struggling at this point.
Yeah, like no one had patience for the Apple.
Yeah, this was like, I think this was still in the window where they fired Steve Jobs.
Right, and then you get Windows 95, then Windows 97.
Right, and
which changed the game.
Apple essentially almost went bankrupt.
Right.
Or they did, and then they brought in Jobs again, and then that created the like resurgence.
The iMac
of, like, Apple.
was the big one, right?
Yeah, because and the colors.
Right, and then you get the iPhone and the iPod and all that jazz.
But like right before that, I mean, like I remember
this is history.
Yeah, this is
history. Pay attention.
We love teaching you things, and you know, like I said, we're 100% sure that this is going to be entertaining, and we're 60% sure this is going to be correct.
Accurate.
Yeah,
this is what happens when you don't Google, and you just kind of go with it. My buddy Adam Burke always like when we're hanging out, I'll be like, oh, I gotta look at, and I'll go to get my phone, and he'll grab my phone and be like, no, just say you don't know.
Yeah.
And it's liberating.
It is. It's fun. It's, you know, that's how myths are created. And we don't myth as much as we used to.
We never myth.
Yeah.
But like but I did learn today that the Bare Naked Ladies are responsible for the Digimon theme.
Yo, the Digimon.
That's insane.
If someone wants to send me a gift, the Digimon movie soundtrack, get in my DMs about that.
God damn.
Yeah, it's a great collection of songs.
Speaking of, okay, but I have more. Wait, I have more questions.
Yeah, please.
I have so many questions.
Please.
All right, what was the first game that you remember playing that was like, this is adult time, this is for me, as opposed to like, my dad's computer is free, I'm going to fuck around with some Math Blaster. What was like the first game you remember getting that was like yours?
So like I started with like an N64. But I feel like it didn't really click for me until I got a PlayStation 2.
Oh, here we go.
And then that was my shit.
What was your jam on the PS2?
Oh my God. So there are a lot, but I'm just going to take you through a couple of the ones that like really hit for me.
Take my tiny hand and guide me through your history. Here we go. Here we go on a journey. Whoa!
The ones that really stick out for me are the original Jak and Daxter.
Oh, wow. Wait. Is that the little robot guy and the fox dude?
No, that's Ratchet and Clank, but that was also up there too. Yeah, like Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal was one of my favorites at that age.
Is that a Ratchet and Clank game?
It is. Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal.
Nice.
Solid.
Because
it's like a little joke, you know?
Fucking cool. The 90s were awesome.
But like, yeah.
It's my favorite period to learn about human history is the 90s.
Oh, yeah. Well, this was like 2000.
Oh.
2000s.
Well, never mind then. I'm out.
But the original Jak and Daxter.
Jak and Daxter. What anthropomorphized creatures?
Oh, he was like essentially like a meerkat. Like they had their own shit going on there, but like he was like a meerkat, and then like Jak was like kind of like he looked like an elf, like.
So it's sort of like Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, a little bit. And Daxter, he was like a wise kraken kind of, you know, he was always like, nah!
Well, who wouldn't be?
Yeah, because he used to be an elf.
Post-90s runoff, there everybody's wise kraken at that point.
Yeah, and then he fell into a vat of dark eco, and he got transformed into like this little
being goo.
Yeah, it's like the power source of their world.
Okay.
And it was fun. In the first game, Jak has no lines of dialogue, so he just grunts. And so like the whole time, like Daxter's always like, "Hey Jak, we gotta go get a fucking like power cell." and then Jak, he'd just be like,
Daxter After Hours was a bitching game.
He would just sit there and be like, ooh.
I'm assuming this is an accurate impression.
No, it's
You're
so accurate.
very good at impression.
He was just
nice.
Okay. Yeah. It's sick. And then the second game, they gave Jak a voice, and it's like, what the fuck? He's supposed to not talk. Anyway,
that's my issue with a lot of the new Star Wars stuff, because people are janging on the fucking Acolyte, which I'm like, calm down. It's all fun. Sex, pizza, and Star Wars. It's all good, even if it's not great.
Yeah.
But my issue with the new Star Wars shit is when they give like bleep blop aliens human voices.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. Give him alien voices.
Sharkhead walks in, and I'm expecting him to go, yeah. But instead he looks at you and you're just like, I found the X-Wing fighter. And you're like,
it's like, nah.
Boo!
Give him his own language.
Goofy languages. Yeah. That's Star Wars, baby.
And then have the humans try to decipher those languages.
Or just like they speak it, but you don't.
Yeah.
Do the Han Solo thing. You'd be like when Chewbacca's just like, and Han Solo's like, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
And you're like, what did he ask?
Yeah. No,
yeah,
I love
that's
that.
my Star Wars, man.
I love that.
I love that. That's the good stuff.
Is that Kingdom Hearts had a huge impression on me.
Okay. Okay. PS2.
Big Kingdom Hearts guy. But then also, I remember playing like Medal of Honor, like Frontline. I think that was PS2.
All those kids with stolen valor because they fucking crushed those games.
Hold on. Let me make sure it's the right one.
We can edit. Don't worry. Take your time.
Medal of Honor.
We're not going to edit this, though. It's fun to watch.
Frontline?
Google.
Yeah, it's fun. Frontline.
That's
that
why, because the reaction
awesome.
when you know you're right, you're like, yeah!
Dude, you start and you're like, it's like you start and you're starting to, like, you're like Saving Private Ryan, or which is based on the movie World War II, starring Winston Churchill and Adolf Hitler.
What the hell? These are games that kids played.
Yeah. So like you'd start at D-Day and you'd be like, ah! And as a kid, I was like, this is fucking cool.
Is it? It sounds terrifying.
No, it was fun.
I played like a Metal Gear once and I was just like, oh my God. I thought it was just going to be like, random places, but it's like, no, we're going to drop you into Fallujah.
Yeah.
And you have to rescue this family.
Yeah. And
from
then
this orphanage that's being attacked by terrorists.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is a game?
Yeah, man. Medal of Honor Frontline. I also, Tack and the Power of Juju.
What?
Yeah, I used to rent that game constantly.
I don't understand
the video store, and I would get like 5 hours in, and then I'd have to return it, and then I'd rent it again, and I'd start it all over again.
Tack and the Power of Juju. Am I nailing that?
Bring that game back, please.
Okay.
That is a THQ classic.
I know of the THQ.
Yeah,
okay,
that's before they dived into license games.
Talk me through. Hey, Teddy, talk me through Tack and the Power of Juju.
I don't remember much of the story, but
What are you even playing? Are you playing Tack?
You're like a silly little guy.
Okay.
And he's got like a feather on his head. And his name is Tack.
Love it.
And he's using the power of Juju to, I don't know, I think like save his village, I think.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, that's
what
the
I would assume.
I don't think they've ever remastered this game. And so like a lot of these games that I used to play as a kid, I then got to like play as an adult, and like remember like what it was. And like, oh yeah, this was the story. But Tack, I don't think ever has been. And so like I can't.
How do you spell Tack? Is it T-A-K?
T-A-K, dude.
Okay.
Tack and the Power of Juju. That one was great. I also used to play a lot of
whoa, this guy's weird.
Yeah.
He's like a little dude he's like a little tribal dude.
Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah, I see this. He kind of reminds me of like Bonk's cousin.
Yeah.
All right.
We've also got
this feels like it should be offensive, but it's also
it kind of does. It's like just hitting that line.
Just like right on the edge. You're like, well, it's not real. And you're like, yeah, but it could be.
I also loved Klonoa 2.
Klonoa.
Not Klonoa 1, just Klonoa 2. It's the only one I played.
Klonoa. That sounds like a disease.
It's made by the same people who made Pac-Man.
Well, I've heard of Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Was Klonoa also an anthropomorphized pizza that
he was like
hungry for ghosts?
I don't even know what Klonoa is. Klonoa's like a long-eared, like maybe a rabbit, kind of.
Yeah, he's some sort of meerkat skunk.
Yeah, he's got Pac-Man on his hat.
Oh, I see that. Okay.
Yeah.
Klonoa 2.
So I think that they're in the same universe, which is fucking crazy.
What is even this?
Yo, I love Klonoa, dude.
It looks dope. You like flying shit on birds?
You fly on birds. It's like a platformer. It's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, those are the ones that really like stick out. Midnight Club 2 Dub Edition.
Oh my God, this is deep cuts with Teddy Gales.
Not really.
I thought we were gonna throw.
Anyone who's else my age that I'm talking about this is this is all mainstream shit. Like,
humans that like grew up in this time period absolutely know what you're talking about, and I'm over here in the corner going, "Guh."
Yeah. Yeah, dog. Those are the heavy hitters I can think of.
Okay.
Kingdom Hearts, though, is probably the biggest.
Kingdom Hearts was such an interesting concept. It's like, we're not going to make a Mickey Mouse game.
No.
We're going to make Mickey Mouse. We're going to throw Mickey Mouse into Final Fantasy.
Yes.
That's dope. And then we're going to meet all the Disney kids.
Apparently, the story behind that, too, is that the developers for the video games that like Disney was making, and the developers at Square Enix, they shared an office building. Like they were in the same like business park kind of deal. Like
oh, that kind of tracks. Okay.
Yeah, and apparently it was literally like an elevator conversation where like a couple of the people from each studio were in the elevator, and then I forget what their names are, but one of them essentially just pitched like, "Hey, what if we like put Disney characters in like your games?" And they were like, "That's awesome."
I love the idea that these legacies didn't start because like a bunch of dudes were in a writer's room being like, "Okay, how can we blow kids' minds?" It was because the like guys next door in the office were like, tap, tap, tap. Hey, Greg.
Hey, we should do this.
Greg, I have some shit that I don't need. Do you want it?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, all right, cool. And then bam, Kingdom Hearts. Oh, legendary shit.
And Kingdom Hearts has probably one of the most confusing and convoluted plots like in
I
all
didn't
of
even know it
existence.
had a plot. I just know that you could play as Jack Skellington, which I
you
thought was
can
neat.
play as Jack Skellington. Yeah. You could also summon Jack Skellington in other. That's neither here nor there.
That's Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I was never a Kingdom Hearts player.
There's a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah. You don't sound like it was cool.
No, I'm yawning. I'm yawning, but I walked here. It's hot. It's sweaty.
Downtown?
Yeah, dude.
How
4.5 miles.
I'm
it's
impressed.
Great.
Yeah, you're working on something, right? You're walking a lot.
Yes, everyone who's we may have talked about this the last podcast, but like eventually I'm gonna try to walk from LA to Chicago along Route 66.
Wow. Someday.
Someday.
Today is not that day.
Today is not that day. No, we're a couple years out. I think I'm like 2 years out from that. So like this next year is gonna be a lot of more like I'm going on like smaller ones where like I might like walk to Milwaukee, you know?
Oh, nice.
Like things like that, just like see like how it is.
It's probably not as exciting as you'd think.
No, not at all. But but that's the part of it. Is like it's like the mental aspect of it.
Yeah, you
like,
got to get used to just being like, well, there's another tree. There's a road.
I'm really not as concerned about like because I've been like slowly training. Like, and by training, I mean it's like I say like training.
Just
and
walking places.
It's just walking places. Like I just walk a lot. But like, because I do about like 140 to 150 miles a month.
Whoa.
On a light month, it's more like 130.
Okay.
But
I love that you say that. It's like, well, on a light month, it's 130.
Well,
like,
yeah, but that's like 3 miles. That's like only 3 miles a day, and I try to do like 6.
No math, so
yeah. I try to do 6, but not all days work out like that. So like next year we'll be popping that up to like 6 to 8 miles a day.
Oh wow.
Because eventually, from the people I've read about who've done this before, they talk about like in your first couple weeks, you'll really just be doing like 6 to 8 miles a day. But then by the end, you're doing like 25 to 30 miles a day.
A day?
Yeah.
That's just walking from like uptown to down. That's past just like most. How long is Chicago?
Chicago is 20 miles total, but that would be like walking from like Evanston to like Indiana.
Damn.
Yeah.
Why would you even do that?
Well, because, man.
Stick in Evanston. The beer specials are better.
Yeah, well, I would say start in Indiana, then end
in Evanston. That's a good
so then you
ending.
get the beer specials in the beach.
So, question: do you have like a hydration method, food method? Do you have any of that stuff kind of worked out?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna do a lot of like, the first
cocaine.
Yeah, a lot of cocaine. No, the first month, I think if it works out, I'll have someone who will essentially be like, you know how like when they do like long bike races, like a van like follows you.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask if you had a pace car because when this goes down, I want to be in the pace car.
No, absolutely. So the plan is, and this is what I'm hoping because I think that we could like stream it. I think we can do like some podcasts. I think it'd be really fun. Is we will essentially like, because all of the really interesting stuff is going to be in the first couple months,
right? And
then after that, it'll be the long kind of like But I thought it'd be really fun in that first month, because my first major city will be from LA to Vegas.
Ooh.
Is then like having Vegas be like a stop for like a week kind of thing, or like 5 days at least, you know?
Okay. Why would you stay? You want to spend more than 2 days in Vegas.
Yeah, no, I know. But but I'll probably want 1 day to completely rest is the thing.
Sure. I mean, take a day, but then second day, hit the sites.
Yeah, yeah.
And then third day, be like, God, Vegas.
No,
why is everyone up?
It's true.
Because that's the thing about Vegas is that, like, you walk outside at like 6 a.m. on a Wednesday and it's packed.
Oh yeah.
And you're like, why? Who? Do you not have jobs? Do you not have families?
Their job is to live in Vegas. But my plan is to essentially have like a pace car and like have like different like people like essentially like meet me in like cities, as well as like have someone who's for that first month, like essentially driving to the location where I'm supposed to be at the end of the night and then like making sure I get there. Just because that's always, from what I've read, it's always like that first month where you can sustain the most injury.
Oh, well, sure.
Like, and I know I'm just walking, but it's that thing of like, that's where you roll the ankle is in the first month.
Day one.
Right. It's like, it's because you're really hyped to go.
Yeah.
Like, and you're like, you've been training and you're really excited and you go and you do it. And then you like immediately roll your ankle and like, and
don't do that.
No, it's the same thing with people who do like long hikes. And this is the thing is that I grew up in Vermont. And so like, I've always wanted to do a really long hike. And I used to, when I was like a kid, like we'd go on like, 4 or 5 day long, like hikes kind of deal. And I've wanted to do a really long one, not quite like Appalachian Trail, but like something like similar, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But because we live in Chicago, like there's no way for me to really like properly train for like mountain climbing because you can like get fit, but like the kind of stuff you'd want to do.
You have to climb a lot of stairs, and you don't want
to. Like a lot of stair climbing
suck. They're the worst.
The best way to train for hiking a lot is to go hiking. You know what I mean?
You got to go out in the world.
And so,
like the people that talk about the back rooms and shit on the internet that are just like,
I love that shit.
I'm like, yeah, but that exists. It's just the stairwells in buildings.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just as dangerous and as terrifying.
And you'll run into people there, and they'll be
monsters.
Scary.
You'll find some ghosts.
Oh yeah.
You'll find some weird hazmat suit dudes. And but it's mostly piss.
It's mostly piss. It's mostly piss and shit. And it's in various there's corners of it. And and the paint is different.
And you'll every now and then you'll find like little like Sharpie graffiti. This is where Greg was.
Yeah, it's like this is where Greg was. You'll run into someone with like a lot of items and they're like hawking wares. They're just like
you don't need to pretend about the back rooms. Just hit up the stairwell in any major parking building.
I do think that's really funny. This weird like longing for that kind of like
otherworldly
stuff on the internet.
And
you're so right.
No, man.
It's like just
go to any public space.
Go to any public. It's literally right there. Like anyway. Yeah, so like that's the plan for like the first month is to have like a lot of people like meet me in cities as well as have like a pace car. I'll try to maybe work out like some sponsorships, like maybe do some weekly like streaming where it's like come walk with me, you know,
yeah,
like kind of deal.
Peloton would do it.
Yeah.
Could we call the documentary Walk the Line?
Yeah, we could do that. Nice. That's actually a really great idea.
All right, done. Walk Don't Run would
Walk
be
Don't
another
Run
one.
is good.
Nice. I can already hear the theme song. It's a streaming show. Love it. What's going to be your mix? Like, what are you going to listen to? Do you have like ideas?
I don't think it's going to be music very often. Like,
oh, interesting. You want to take in the sounds of the world around you, just the highway?
Well, one, I'm going to have to go buy an iPod Classic. That's going to be a big thing.
Not a Zune?
No, fuck that shit. They're still bad.
They never were good.
No, because I don't want to have to rely on phone.
Interesting.
For like all my entertainment.
Right.
So I want to have like a backup.
Battery in case you roll your ankle.
I want to have a backup. Well, there's going to be some parts of like the desert that I'm walking through where like there's nothing.
Yeah, that's the part I'm the most concerned about.
No, I know.
Having been in the desert before?
Yes, I have.
It's not great.
I have. I've been hiking around parts of like northern Texas.
Yeah, the reason the only things that survive in the desert suck and want to kill you is because that's the only thing that would want to stay there.
Right, exactly. A couple of my friends are really concerned because they're very into paranormal stuff.
Okay.
They're really concerned for me because they think that I'm going to run into a skinwalker.
What a pivot, because I thought that you were going to be like, because my friends are like nutritionists and they want to make sure I'm getting hydrated, but no, ghosts.
No, I'm gonna meet with my doctor next year too, and I'm gonna like talk about like what like a good nutrition plan will be. Like, here's the thing: is similar to like a hiking thing. Like I in my heart, like I do believe that because I've been planning this for like now about almost 2 years, and I told myself I'd be like 4 years away from doing it. I think I'm going about it the right way in terms of like slowly planning for it and not just like jumping into it. You know?
Yeah.
But at the same time, just like any endurance thing like this, like it very well could happen, just like it is with hikes, where like I get 3 weeks in and like I can't do it. You know what I mean? And so like I'm also mentally preparing for that, you know?
But then in the end, if you actually do it,
then it's
incredible.
You
get to the end, you kind of Digimon evolve.
I Digivolved.
You Digivolve.
And I am the walker. No, I just think it'd be cool. It's like some of the most like it's like along Route 66 is one of like the coolest parts of the entire like continent.
Yeah.
Like the stuff that you see out there like is crazy.
You're gonna go into like the New Mexico,
yeah, you go to New Mexico,
Arizona area,
yeah, and like that's the fun shit. In terms of
that's
like
when
not
you start seeing shit,
not because of the desert, but because of like they're just like the rock formations, like all of that kind of stuff. Plus, I'm really excited to hit all of those like Route 66 like motels.
Yeah,
like I'm really excited for that. So like the plan is also then like towards the end of next year, so like fall of 2025.
Yeah,
I will start booking hotel rooms for the following year.
That's good. That's good pre-plan.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I'm really trying to pre-plan like as much as
because then people can meet you at those hotels and have like snacks
exactly.
and gifts.
And I think it'll be fun. And like I think it'll be like I said, I've always wanted to do a hike, but like I don't think a hike living in Chicago and doing like what we do like professionally like doesn't allow for time for that kind of stuff.
Right.
And so the next best thing is walking, you know.
Yeah.
And walking along roads. And so, yeah.
It's a good thing then that you know karate.
It's a good thing that I know karate.
For self-defense. But like, what are you working on? What's going on out there? Where can we find the Teddy Gales?
Oh my gosh. So if you're not already following me, follow me at Fresh Hell Sketch.
Yeah, because you do a lot of sketch comedy.
Yes, and
I like that I said that like I don't know what that is.
Yeah, exactly.
You do a lot of sketch comedy.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, what does that do? So it's funny.
Is it like improv, but your pants are down? What is it? Huh. Yeah, that's really fascinating.
Tell me more about it.
I don't understand why NPR hasn't picked you up yet. I'm gonna be real. You have the perfect, just like I don't know what you're talking about, but I absolutely know what you're talking about kind of voice.
Comedy.
So you call
like
that
the Greeks?
You call that syphilis? Interesting. What does that say? So
you
yeah,
get
so
that in your eye.
If you're not already following me at Fresh Hell Sketch, that's the myself and a bunch of other people. We make a bunch of sketch comedy. Excuse me. Recently, though, we've been really diving into a lot more like short films and like film production and stuff like that, and we're very proud of that. We have a short out right now called "Sell Your Rights," which is on the festival circuit, and it's premiered at Philly Sketch Fest as well as New York International Film Festival. So it's doing like pretty well so far. We're really proud of that. And we've also got a couple of other, we got one other production that's going to come up at the end of this summer. But it's very like Twilight Zone-y, kind of like Black Mirror kind of stuff.
Sweet.
And so we went from a sketch comedy angle to a sketch comedy angle with a little more darkness in it, which is fun. We love doing that. But specifically, there's a really fun sketch show I'm helping on the production side with that I really wanted to plug here in Chicago. It's called Fantasy Quest. Fantasy Quest. Bring your Ren Fair friends.
Oh no!
They're gonna
turkey legs.
Oh, they're gonna love this.
Awkward beer shots for everyone.
Bring your best corsets and your long skirts.
Just be honest, you guys. It's a kink.
Yeah.
I've seen the TikTok videos of people at Ren Fairs, and I'm like, this is a sex thing, right?
Yeah, bring your hot helmets, your hot metal helmets.
Because it's like 90 degrees.
So we're doing Fantasy Quest over at Chicago Theater Works. Okay. That is going to be August 30th at 8 p.m. You can buy tickets already right now. So if you want to secure your ticket, that's over on Eventbrite. Just search Fantasy Quest.
I'll put in the link in the thing.
Oh yeah, and I'll text you the link in the thing.
Yay.
But it's cool. It's essentially it's like a sketch. It's like a sketch show, but with a group of like fantasy like travelers who are all running into like the issues that they run into and like the problem on their quest are all like different like sketches. So it's like a huge character piece. It's like a 20-person cast. Like it's gonna be really fun. If you're familiar with some of our other stuff where we've done like Dritty's Dreamland as well as like this is the same guy who wrote Little Orphan Boy as well. This is gonna be really, really, really fun. So Fantasy Quest should be a hoot and a holler. And that's going to be, again, August 30th, 8 p.m. at Chicago Theater Works.
Nice.
Yeah.
And are you doing any like live performances in the next month or so?
I am, like I said, I'm doing a lot of like filming stuff right now, so I personally don't have any sketch performances coming up soon. The two of us might be doing something, but we'll keep that on the hush hush for now. But yeah, that's what we're doing. Fantasy Quest. Come see. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be really fun.
Good plug. Good plug, everyone. Go see Teddy do stuff. What are you
follow
doing?
Me online at Fresh Hell Sketch and watch our movies.
Follow him online. And me. Most importantly, me.
And most importantly, yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Renaissance Fair.